How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and the final day of building Lucky 2.0 out here in the Kootenays. I was just putting the loom over these wires, making it look a little neater and tidier. Obviously, it's not a permanent solution, but it is a nicer temporary one than just all of the wires hanging out. And then, of course, I was going to use these wall mounts that I picked up at Greg's Distributors when we were in Calgary last time to sort of wrap around the loom and hold it a little tighter to the wall. Unfortunately, I didn't even think to look at the size of the bloody hole. It's a common problem of mine. I never do that. I don't have any screw heads that are that large. That's crazy. And nothing is open today. It is Sunday where I am, so I zip tied it back to this little mount up there. I'll see what else I have in the meantime, but it's not a big deal. This is just a little floppy. The main thing is that it's holding all of the wires away from the lid to the electrical box. So I won't be unplugging my lights anymore when I get into that box. And today it's going to be finishing things up. I want to get the TV mount up here. I want to get the front piece and the other side piece, obviously, on our new hanging cabinet. And I would love to get into that electrical box and give us some charging capabilities from Lucky's alternator, among a few other things, including, but not limited to, an oil change. It has been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since Lucky's had an oil change, and it's been a hot minute since I've done my own oil change. If you don't know why, well, make sure you're subscribed and got notifications turned on so you don't miss a single Vanlife Plus episode, vlog, video. We're definitely not pigeonholed. We got the fridge down over here just so I had room to work, and hopefully that's another thing I can get to today. Splicing that guy into the fuse box so you don't have to worry about him. And yes, you did see correctly, beginning of the video, this whole endeavor started because my ceiling fan here in the rear had a leak somewhere. I wasn't really sure where, but my initial intention was to rip all of this out, take all this old caulking off. I mean, when I got up here and looked, it was pretty obvious that the leak was happening in this area. There was a dent in Lucky's roof. There was a huge drop off from where I had the silicone on this fan. This fan was also meant to have one of those like shrouds to protect the whole thing, like rain guards. You can see with these little thingies here. I used my Dremel and I took them off on this side, and then I used a piece of foam and I gave it a little bit of a slope, some construction adhesive to the roof, and then I hit it all with self-leveling lap sealant. And I'm gonna call that a day. And fingers crossed, it hopefully stops whatever leak was ailing it. I'm gonna let the sun bake this today, and I'm probably gonna put another layer of self-leveling lap sealant on there, and that's it. I definitely was hoping to get to more of it, but we don't have the time. We gotta get back to our lives, then camping. So I just spaced the other side of this hanging cabinet off of the other side. Like I literally just traced it last night, just used a jigsaw to cut it. That side's 1/2 inch plywood. This side's gonna be 1/4 inch mahogany plywood. I don't know if it's gonna fit though. Nothing is ever perfectly perpendicular. If it's close enough for me, I'm gonna, come on, you. It'd be a lot easier if I was using both hands, wouldn't it? Ridiculous. As long as it covers the bottom, that's all I kind of care about. Okay, cool. Little fixes here and there. Maybe give it a white coat of paint. Call it a day. Might be the last bit of wood we cut here. Well, 100% sure, but I think it might be. Hey, hit it with some paint. Right, hey Siri, start a timer for 20 minutes. All right, well, there's no time like the present to get this oil change potentially started. There's a good chance I can't get my filter off anyway. Might be on there too tight. I don't think I have a proper oil filter wrench. Let's take off the Eagle. I don't want to get any oil on this. It's one of my favorite Dixons from Upside Down Jackie. Okay, got something to lay on. I need my, where is it? Where did I put it? Oh no, I just had it. Story of my life. Call the whole thing off. Glasses, yeah, I'm gonna lose those later. Oh, where's the socket? Where's the socket with the thing in the hay? Oh, never gonna be ready to go on time. Oh, unbelievable. It's literally in my pocket. And also, this is going on. So on the inside of the Thule, I hit the outside with some of that flex tape, but the flex tape already looks like it's coming off. I don't know how great it's gonna be. But on the inside here, from where I cracked it near the beginning of this whole endeavor, we've hit it with some marine grade silicone. So we're gonna let that cure up today and overnight. And then she got a nice seal from both sides. So, okay, this is what I was looking for. My 15mm socket. Now, I just need a glove or two, and we will skedaddle under there. Ooh, this has been a minute. Better just go on your back. Okay. Well, Lucky's got a little bit of an oil leak. That's bloody great. So we'll have to take it to the professionals at some point soon. Now, moment of truth, can I get this off? Oh yeah, bloody right. Oh wait, I bet you have a big, not a crescent wrench, but an adjustable. Hang on. Oh, hi, knocking you around. It's not the most ideal wrench for this job, but hopefully it will work. Here we go, inch it off. I'm curious to see just how dirty Lucky's oil is. Let's destroy this filter in case we need to put it back on. Oh, I can't get a grip on this thing to save my life. Who did? Oh, Napa. It was Napa. No, it wasn't Napa. It was Mr. Lou. That's who Lucky went to last time. There we go. Give me your sludge. Oh, it's brown still, but holy crap. There we go. Drip, drip, drip. Holy crap. It's the world's deepest filter in the shallowest spot. What the? Come on. There we go. Yummy. And me without a rag. Mistakes were made. It's a lot easier to do when it's on a hoist. Oh, yummy. There you go. Hard part done. Put the bolt up there. Don't lose bolt. All right. There I go. Squirm, squirm, squirm. All right, well, the oil is draining out of there. I was just sort of poking around in Lucky, cleaning up a little bit. I put another coat on our two pieces for our hanging cabinet. I also got these pieces over here that I painted with black last night, and I thought, well, that's it. I ran out of black, and in cleaning, I just discovered, no, there's my third can that Mom got me from Home Depot last week when Lindsay was here. So we can put another coat on these three panels. Next, we're gonna drag these out so they're in the sun. Quick dry. Ooh, speaking of black boards on Brooklyn's wagon. All right, our second flip out table. Guess we could put that on the docket of things that should get done today as well. As opposed to waiting and having it bouncing around with us tomorrow. Put it in here just for now. Get to you in a bit. Okay, filter is back on. Plug is back in. Now, that was way easier than it has been before. Interesting. Get Lucky's hood open. Hello, darling. Prop in there. And we have to fill some oil. Oh boy. Right. Forgot the angle of this thing. Okay. Let's see if I can find a funnel. All right. Well, I have absolutely no idea where a funnel would be. I don't think I have one because, again, it's been so long since I've done an oil change myself. So we're just going to do this the old-fashioned backyard garage way. Lucky needs, it's like, what is it, 5.7 liters or something like that of oil. So I always have to get a big jug and a small jug. The small jug's a lot easier to get in here. You just do this. Fill it up. Dum-da-da-dum. There we go. I paid $18 for this oil. Oh my God, no wonder it was so expensive. See that BC price tag? Unbelievable. Okay, now that we got that in there, we're going to take our knife, our knife. Oh, my Benchmade might be getting dull finally. There we go. This would be the way I cut my finger for the 4th time on this endeavor. Come on. There we go. Here is our DIY bottle. Just put it there. The only thing is you gotta go slow. There's no like sort of airtight seal for this. Also try not to spill over the edge of the big bottle. There you go, right? And that'll get the job done. Booyah. Quality content. Quality content. All right, now all that's left to do is fire her up and let her run for a little bit and make sure we don't have any leaks. So, good morning, Lucky. Let's do it. Come down here. Doesn't look like we got any leaks so far. Good job, 15 millimeter. We did it. Okay, so up until now, I've just had my EcoFlow plugged into AC power from my shore power line, plugged into the garage. And when I have it out like this, obviously, it's on battery power. And that's really cool. I love this feature of the EcoFlow Glacier. Yeah, that one. The EcoFlow Glacier. But, oh, actually you're on the box I need into. What I want to do going forward is wire it in to Lucky's fuse box. So, it comes with this DC plug, right? Now, I do have a little DC adapter thing that I am going to wire into my fuse box as well. So I guess in theory, I could just plug this into that, but I'd rather have it hardwired into my fuse panel because that's just the way I like to do things. I like to do things difficult for myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this wire right in the middle. Where are my, there we go. So take our thing, the cutters, and bye-bye. There you go. So then inside, oh, well, I'm gonna have to repair that. There's only one wire. I thought there'd be 2 in here. So it must be this thing that creates the, this is how I did my set power fridge. There's gotta be 2 wires. Let's skin a little back and see what we're working with here. Oh, remember that time I hooped myself? It is a wraparound situation. My fridge ain't gonna have any power. Wait a second. I think I have another one of these kicking around somewhere. Wow. Yeah, so it's like, it must be the negative is wrapped around the outside of the positive maybe, or vice versa. Can I still make that work? I wonder if I can still make this work. Pull all the little strands away. This is gonna be the epitome of jerry-rigged. So you see what I mean here? On the inside of the white, you've got wire. On the outside, you've got this wire that was wrapped around and I've just sort of bent it back. It's unbelievable. There, pull. There we go. Okay, ooh, I pulled a bunch of wire out too. Yikes. Sure, this is exactly what EcoFlow had envisioned when they made this plug. Because in theory, I should be able to just take these wires, wire them into whatever, negative or positive, And then this white one, I should be able to do the same thing, vice versa. Let's strip some of that off. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's just wire in there as well. All right. Maybe this works, maybe it don't. We're gonna find out. Here's the wire that I picked up from Princess Auto the other day. It's a smaller gauge than this. This is a bad idea. Oh wait, I think I have some extra wire somewhere. Huzzah. Okay, I'm gonna, hang on. All right, so here's what I've done so far. My assumption is that the inner core is the positive and the outer is the negative. Now I could totally be wrong, but that's the theory I'm going with. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to strip off the ends of these wires so I have bare wire to work with before putting any sort of like connectors for the fuse box on them. So there's that one. And here's this one. Okay, perfect. So this is what I assume is negative, and that's what I assume is positive. So we're going to plug this end into the fridge. Unplug that one, plug this one in. And then we will wrap all of this with electrician's tape after the fact. I may actually redo all of this, but I just want to figure out if I am right about what is positive and what is negative. So all I'm going to do is touch the ends to the positive and the negative on the battery, and we will go over here and see if anything changes on the screen. It should tell us that we've got, DC power. So, all right, this is the one I assume to be positive. This is the one I assume to be negative. Oh God, here we go. Positive and negative. Oh, I got a little sparky spark. Nothing happened. Oh, I'm hearing clicking. Hey, I was right. Look at it go. It's got the little symbol for the cigarette lighter on it. So that'll mean we were on our fuse box. Haha. I love figuring shit out. Okay, I'm actually going to redo these because I'm a little uncomfortable with how close the negative is to the positive. I'd rather strip it back further and have it down further. So we're going to remove these, do this again, and then we will get it into the fuse box. All right, so we got the wires running down into here. We got our positive and our negative up here. We got a red light because there ain't no fuse in there yet. So we're going to take this 20 amp fuse. We're going to stick it in the fuse box. Oh, heard the click. Over here on the fridge. Come on. Oh, I was waiting for the screen to light up, but it did not, but it is working. The EcoFlow Glacier is officially wired into Lucky's house batteries. All right, now time to take care of these bloody alternator wires. In order to do that, we're gonna need the butt connectors we got at Greg's. All right, I've got 2 chances to get this right. 4 butt connectors. Cut wires, strip wires, attach to Renogy charger. Here we go. How difficult could it possibly be? Okay, we got a positive line connected to the charger because it is very difficult to get these things connected to this charger. Just the way they angled the plastic where the wires are supposed to come in for these covers to go back on. Whatever, we got a butt connector on this end. So now, before we attach it, we are going to slip on... Ooh, I was going to say slip on some heat shrink, but that's not big enough. Well, oh yeah, it'll work just fine. That into the butt connector. Yeah. The one side, on bar 4. Crimp. Oh, nice, very nice. Cinched. Put this in. Aye. Aha. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to heat shrink that, but let's do the negative first. Okay, so we're wired in. Positives running to the charger, negatives running to our negative bus bar. Before I tidy this up and zip tie the wires down, let's see if it works when she turns on. So I'm gonna fire Lucky up. I don't know how immediate it's going to be, but what we're looking for is a red light over here, that would be the alternator light. I've talked about it before. My old charger, I could turn it on and off at the front there. This thing's supposed to just turn itself on when it detects that the house battery is about 14 volts or something like that. So let's see. All right, you keep your eye on that. I'm gonna fire up Lucky and we'll see what happens. All right, so fire Lucky up and then I gotta close this circuit breaker up here. So I'm gonna close that circuit breaker now. Quality content. Nothing is happening. Well, we'll give Lucky a minute to charge her battery up and see what this thing decides to do. Nothing is instant. I'm gonna do a little tidy. That's what I'm gonna do. You keep your eye on that stuff. I suppose another problem could be maybe my batteries are full. Like my battery monitor does say 100% and it's pulling the tiniest little bit of solar, but only 2 watts. So we might need to put a heavier load on these batteries, which I can't really do right now because my inverter is not connected and I don't plan on doing that today either. We'll give it another minute here. All right, well, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm gonna try to find the Renogy book. Can't be too far, although who knows? Oh, no, there it is. Read up about it a bit, but that's my suspicion, is that it doesn't need to charge them right now because there is a voltage meter attached to that tells it that the house batteries are probably good to go, but we'll worry about that later. As I always say, future Matthew project. Not a problem, unless it is. I still gotta put all the zip ties in there and tidy it down. I got all these wires and ends and stuff on here. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Move the giant box. Yeah, as for the inverter, I think I will cut a piece, so I will cut one more piece of wood, of 1/2-inch plywood, for it to mount to and put that in the electrical box, but we're not gonna worry about getting that properly wired yet. That sounds like a future Calgary problem. Or camping. For power needs off the hop that are like huge, like if I want to use my induction cooktop, we'll just use the EcoFlow for the time being. Yeah, so I'm just reading about it here. I could probably turn Lucky off and stop wasting gas, but it says for a traditional alternator, after the battery charger starts to operate, it determines the level of the auxiliary battery, house battery, automatically. If the house battery is not fully charged, the battery charger will charge the house battery. If the house battery is fully charged, or the voltage of the starter battery, Lucky's in the engine bay, is less than 12.7 volts, the battery charger will stop operating. Well, Lucky's battery, you can see there, is right, it's holding hard at 14 volts, and it's not turning on. So for now, I'm just going to assume that those batteries are full, and we'll give it a shot. Later, we will test that theory. Right now, I gotta move on to the next thing and stay on point. And that next thing is 18 3/4 by 9.5 plywood. Mount our inverter too. So, do I have enough here is the question. Looks like I do. I definitely have 19.5. I have 18 3/4. I sure do. Well, that's interesting. It's just Lucky's not running and now that light is flashing. According to the book, what that means is when it's slow flashing like that, the positive solar terminal is charging the starter battery, meaning Lucky's battery. What is happening? Bloody hell. Anyway, I don't know. It's all voodoo hoodoo nonsense to me. So now what I'm going to do now that board's on there is we're going to use those Velcro strips we got at Silverton, I don't know, last week. And this is going to be how I mount this inverter, because I got rid of the mounting legs that came with this, because in Lucky 1.0 this was just shoved behind a counter and it worked just fine. So I'm thinking for this, hopefully 2 is enough, because these can hold 10 pounds each. I mean, that's probably closer to 20, but we'll start with 2 and we'll see how it goes. Just going to remove the sticky backing on the Velcro. And we'll put this one here. And this one we will put right here. This is what I got, right? We got those there. I'm just gonna take these backings off, and if we need to in the future, we can add a 3rd one. For the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and 7th one if we really desire to, if we really don't want this coming out. But this is how this is gonna go, and then we will wire these terminals at a later date. And yeah, we're gonna put, let's flip this onto remote. All right, and we'll put this back here. And before we press it into our plywood, hang on, the battery monitor wire out from underneath it. There we go. I actually want this, actually no, do I want it up off the thing? Probably not. Let's just do it like this. Cool. I'm just gonna hold this for a hot minute here. Make we get some nice adhesion from that sticky back onto our plywood. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm probably gonna hear a thump while I'm driving, and it'll be the inverter going kadoosh. Okay, everything's looking as good as it can be right now. Gonna come back here, gonna grab the little gray wire. That's what's gonna get plugged into the remote port on the inverter. Of course, I don't remember how easy is this to get off. Not very. Okay, well, that's not going anywhere. That's good. But now, what I didn't commit to memory was how this plugs in. Let's see. Ah, gotcha. Clicky click. That's what you like to hear. And for now, we say the night to our brand new power box for Lucky 2.0. The night. Yeah, see, this is why we gotta get those clamps on the wall. Son of a bee. Maybe I have washers somewhere.
Careful. I might be trying to sell you a fold-up camping table that I bought about 7 years ago on clearance.
Yeah. Oh, what a day. Went by real fast for you, but I'm beat. And I got the last piece of Lucky 1.0 here. Cleanse by fire. This was a little piece that, oh, there's still a piece of Velcro on this side. It's a little piece of 1/4 inch, I don't even know what, plywood, I guess. There's a little like secret door that I had right below the cabinets. It just came off. I had, emergency food in there and a whole bunch of little things, dry goods and whatnot. Now, thank you for your service. Still lots to do. I started putting stuff in Lucky, of course. I'm just like, wow, lots came out. Not as much can go back in. So we're leaving some stuff behind. Not a lot of like super important stuff. And probably at the end of the day, stuff I don't really need. But we will do a deep clean the next time we come back. Or no, I shouldn't even say deep clean, but like a deep purge of that stuff the next time we come back. Which hopefully will be near the end of May at the latest. We shall see. We got the whole rig ready to go in the morning. And Lucky inside looks real nice, if I do say so myself. I am feeling very proud of the work that I did. I'm just too exhausted to really show it. This has been an adventure in and of itself. I'm very excited to see what the next adventure brings now that I can actually get into Lucky and live in her. But she won't be fully complete till we get back to the city because I still have the old mattress in there. As you saw when I put it in, there's a lot of space. I'm very excited. Dormir called me a couple days ago and Craig let me know that the mattress is ready for pickup. So meet up with my buddy and offload the old mattress to him and then go grab the new one. We'll be first up on the docket once we get back to Calgary. But first we got to endure the journey back. I shouldn't say endure. I should say enjoy. I am looking forward to it, but it is also bittersweet. I'll miss being here with my parents. It's been a nice time for sure, and yeah, I'm just very thankful that I have a place like this to do something like this as well. So, huge thank you to my mom and my dad. Even though they started with me watering plants and feeding the floofy cat.
So my grandparents' neighbor made this wishing well for my grandparents years ago. And my mom and I noticed the other day, it's just been sitting off to the side the entire time I've been doing the build. The roof's looking a little real worse for wear. So she asked if I could fix it, which I said, most likely. We've got a lot of scrap wood kicking around. I guess I shouldn't say scrap, I should say leftover wood. So that's what these pieces are for. And hopefully, we can get this sucker back to looking the way it was before. There is stuff that needs to go everywhere, but here we are. Lucky 2.0, a work in progress. I had my vinegar up where it used to be and it leaked all over our new countertop, so nay to that, although it was open. The sink is not usable. This works, of course, but the sink is not usable right now. The pipe underneath goes nowhere. It'd be a wet, sloppy mess if we let water run through it. I've got bags of stuff that need to go places, and the whole, the thing is there's not enough places to put things, and it's evident when you just sort of look at the state of it. Like, diesel heater controller up there temporarily, along with the battery pack for the fairy lights. Like, those are not going to live there permanently, but it's better there than flopping around. And I didn't film it, but we did get the TV mounted, so it is good to go. Hello. And we do have Gentian socks up here in our new cubby. So excellent, excellent. I need to get the bedding. I'm just going to throw it on the bed for now. We will make the bed tomorrow on the road, probably before bedtime. And then these mattresses are going to get swapped, of course. And there's only, one thing really left to do for tonight, as far as I'm concerned. And we took it down at the beginning, so it only makes sense that we put it up here at the end. And I'm going to leave this one here and say until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. And remember, only dead fish go with the flow.